you've identified a number of nutrients that seem to be beneficial in brain health. Again, how did you get to those particular nutrients? How did you pick out those nutrients and those amounts before you, and how would they potentially help the brain?
Okay. So basically, what happens is that we try to use nutrition to address aging-induced changes. One change is metabolism. Second change is with aging, our brain shrink. So they call brain atrophy. So we are losing brain cells. So if you if you follow our brain becomes smaller and smaller over time. And so basically, you cannot totally stop brain atrophy. That's impossible. But based on nutrition, we actually can slow them down. We can slow down the brain atrophy. This way, when the animal, human reach senior age, they still can retain structure to keep normal functions. So that's the idea. So basic idea is how can we slow down brain atrophy? So approach we use is, okay, let's use the same approach people use to reduce risk of cardiovascular disease by addressing the risk factors. So basically we look at the literature, look at what are the non-risk factors for brain aging in people. And then we look at, okay, how can we use nutrition to either reduce them or prevent the risk factors. That's how we came up with a blend. Because there are multiple risk factors, we cannot use one single nutrient. So we came up with a blend we call brain protection blends. And basically, these blends actually address up to 6 different risk factors for brain aging. And those are 4 different nutrients and very common. Basically, B vitamins. We all know B vitamins, very important for metabolism, also important for neurotransmitter biosynthesis in the brain. And you need to keep optimal level of B vitamins. And also antioxidant, which protect brain against oxidation damage. So then we have anti-inflammatory, omega-3 for anti-inflammatory benefit to reduce inflammation in the brain. And also the omega-3 actually is the key component of the brain structure, the DHA. So basically, then we have arginine. Arginine metabolites actually can improve blood flow to the brain and also can keep the memory formation normally. So you can see the 4 nutrients, the B vitamins, antioxidant, arginine, and omega-3s. It's a very common nutrient. But what we found is interesting. Control actually meets the minimum daily requirement of all the nutrients. But what we found is you have to increase them a couple times above the minimum daily requirement to protect against aging. So that's one of the major findings for nutrition science is even in humans, they promote you to eat a balanced diet to meet your daily requirement. But what they found is not enough. Daily requirement can prevent deficiency, but may not protect the brain against aging. So that's what we published in the article to promote people eat more nutrients to protect brain aging.
All right, so that basically says that the minimum requirement's not necessarily optimum nutrition.
Right. And
specifically for the brain to prevent oxidative damage, to deal with inflammation, which is common in aging people and aging animals, and stimulate metabolism through the B vitamins and maintaining blood flow.
Right.
Those are all important nutrients.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you test that combination of nutrients provided a benefit? What briefly, because I know you know when you do years of research, we don't have time to cover all of it, but very briefly.
So basically, what we do, we collaborate with neuroscientists outside Purina, like this aging model. Okay. So we look at different combinations. We give them either B vitamin alone, or fish oil alone, or combinations. What we found is that you need at least 3 components to get the benefit. One B vitamin alone will not protect. Okay. Omega-3 alone will not protect the brain aging. Only you put them together, protect. It makes sense because when you look at the healthy dietary pattern like Mediterranean diet, you are not just eat the fish. When you eat the fish, you come with omega-3s, you come with antioxidants, you get the B vitamins, plus you have fruit vegetables, which provide the antioxidant and also the B vitamins and arginine from the proteins. So I think healthy diet cannot use just one nutrient. You have to use a variety of essential nutrients together at the high level to protect the body against the aging.
if you think about all the research you've both done in the field of brain health, what's the one thing that you would want pet owners to know about their pets and about brain health? Gary, why don't you go first, and then Brian.
Okay. So I want to tell pet owner, okay, you have to take care, if you care about the pets, take care of your pet brain as early as possible, because brain aging is a continued process, the atrophy is a continued process, right? So if you don't start early, until you have symptoms, too much damage already done. So it's not cannot be cured. But if you start earlier, you can actually slow down the atrophy itself. You actually can keep a healthy brain aging, and without any problem, you actually can increase quality of life for the pets. This is also true for humans. And tell people, best time to take care of brains is now, when you still have normal brain, because you still have a structure to retain them. But when you have symptoms, too much damage already done, you just try to manage the conditions, it's too late. So be proactive. Figure out the product which can help the brain health as early as possible.
Okay.
Start with the adults and keep them on until the healthy aging.